The last Colossus may contain explicit content. Check the episode show notes for content warnings.
Our brave heroes found themselves deep beneath the hills of Zindaril to find the elven smith, Miriana, who had gone missing hundreds of years prior.
And find her they did, though they found little more than rotting bones and a restless spirit.
Not to mention the zombies.
And strange black smoke that revived desecrated corpses.
But the heroes remained vigilant and received magic rings once forged by the talented smith. With the tomb plundered and undead slain, they ventured together towards an eastern port town.
Hey everybody, welcome to The Last Colossus, an actual play Dungeons & Dragons series about a group of heroes who must take on a harrowing quest to prevent the rise of a primordial evil that threatens to plunge the world into another war. My name is Matthew, and I am the DM. I'm gonna do like a super duper speed run of some housekeeping really quick, because nobody wants to hear it. We're getting pretty close to 1,000 listens, which is super duper awesome for us, being a small group. So we're getting to the threshold of 1,000. So if you could, give us a rating, whatever platform you listen to, and share with your friends, it would mean a lot, so we can spread this, because we like telling this story and want more people to be able to hear it too. So there we go. There's my speed run. There's my not gatekeeping. There's my housekeeping. And then my fun fact is that the names of the Dragonborn bards in the intro, Viltrue and Rhogar, actually come from two Dragonborns that I've played before. Viltrue is a green Dragonborn, which is my Baldur's Gate 3 character. And then Rhogar is a white Dragonborn, which is just an NPC that I had for a different campaign. So my biggest weakness as a writer is coming up with names, so if I have one that I like, I pretty much just reuse it as often as I can. So this was me recycling names and characters in the best way possible.
Hey everybody, I'm Jordan, and I'm playing Aegis. No, I'm not. I'm playing Aegin, Matthis.
Go!
And my fun fact about Aegin is that she has been recently going by various pseudonyms that she's been really bad about keeping track of. And so every time she introduces herself, there's a 50% chance she just says the wrong name.
Well, hey everybody, I'm Nathan. I play Kalgorath Stone Shield. And my fun fact is it's a little duo thing, because part of it's about me and part of it's kind of Kalgorath. They go together. And I was trying to come up with shit for a fun fact today. And I was like, I've been reading a lot of Stephen King. I like spooky stuff. Season 1 of this whole thing was Call of Cthulhu. It was creepy, it was dark. I wanted to read some Stephen King. And then I was like, Kalgorath would totally like the spooky stories. His tribe definitely sat around the fire and told like creepy ass folklore, fairy tale, creepy stories. Don't go into the woods because the Onrvar or the dragons are gonna come get you. I like them because scary stories are creepy and they're suspenseful and they're cool. Kalgorath likes them because at the end there's usually a monster or some bad guy and he just thinks he could beat it at the end. And the story goes, there's bad thing in the woods, Kalgorath Stone Shield shows up, bad thing dies, the end. Moral of the story is Kalgorath is strong.
Yeah, when you guys have a long rest, I am fully expecting to hear an off the dome folklore tale from Kalgorath in world. So get ready for that, Nathan. You have at least a session or two before then, so start getting those wheels turning.
Okay.
I call this one The Shining. It's about a giant lightning bug that I fought.
There is this thing called it. It has no name.
Hey everybody, I'm Noah. I'm playing Drauger. And my fun fact is Drauger was kind of a cryptid for a little bit to this unnamed town. When he kind of first woke up, parents would tell their children, don't go into the forest because there's an undead soldier who will grab you and take you to hell, as parents do.
He does talk a lot about taking things to hell.
He does.
I will take you to hell.
And finally, Drauger drifted off and it kind of became a local legend.
And this is Chapter 2, Come Sail Away.
An hour has passed since you departed Miriana's tomb. The evening has been cool, pleasant, and peaceful as you journey eastwards towards a small port town. Lavender fields and small, lazy streams flow parallel to the path you walk along, offering additional peace during this trek. The town you seek is Archview, which can't be more than a 2-hour walk from where you are right now, which seems to be plenty of time to begin to get to know your companions, or maybe even a chance to hang out.
Yes.
That's got to be a thing for the rest of this campaign, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to start calling rests hanging out.
So this is hanging out.
Yeah, I'd say this is hanging out. I'd say this is an appropriate hang. If it's like we're on a journey, we're hanging out. A lot of hanging out, it feels more like stationary, but I feel like that's a really limited way of looking at it. I feel like you can still be hanging out while you're on the move.
There are multiple kinds of hanging out.
Oh, for sure. There's a lot of different ways to hang out.
This is wonderful.
My gods, I must say, it's quite pleasant.
Oh, I'm glad y'all enjoy hanging out with me too. Something I've been thinking about, something I've been noodling on is, you know that machine that was in the tomb that had all that black smoke in it? Did we ever figure out what the fuck was up with that?
Do not know.
Like, where did it come from? Why was it there? Why did that black smog reanimate the dead? I'm a little bit kicking myself that I didn't think to investigate that further while we were still in there. Ah, well, guess another 17 years or so. But she whips out her notebook and starts like a tab of like things to do in the future.
18 years from now, figure out a way to get Miriana's destroyed soul back into her body so I can ask her a question.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, if it would help, I certainly had a sense of undeath in the machine, so perhaps that could help in some way?
I don't mean to be ungrateful, but I would kind of say no duh to the undeath part. But contribution is helpful, confirmation. So multiple sources where I hear this is the thing that they do in those classrooms where you like peer, I think I've heard it called peer review, where you like one person says something and then another person says the same thing. And then when more people say the same thing, it's more credible, I guess. Although I have heard a lot of smack talk that's been really wrong, said by a lot of people about a couple of the guys in my village. So I don't know if more mouths saying the same shit makes it more true or not.
I'm curious, what does your village say about you?
That would be a very interesting thing to think about. She is clearly not saying the whole truth here, if that wasn't obvious. I was never one to engage in idle gossip, so I wouldn't know.
Sure.
Well, mostly I kind of kept to myself a lot. It was me and my brother for a lot of it growing up. So truthfully, they could be saying all sorts of horse shit about me behind my back. I don't know, probably that I'm really cool and hot and sexy, but like, that's none of my business.
So, Cal,
Yes,
What do the people of your villages say about y'all?
that I am very strong.
That seems about right.
I do not know. I have not seen my village in a very long time.
Where are you from again?
I am from Isomra, from the Irethok tribe. We move a lot. My people do not stay in one place for very long. We are simple. We do not talk shit about each other. It is a simple life. And it is very straightforward. I do not understand the peer review phrase.
I don't think I do either, to be honest.
I do not think that exists for the Goliaths.
You said you're from Isomra?
Yes,
And you said the people of your village don't talk shit?
at least not to each other.
Oh, Drauger. I don't think that bodes well for our buddy Cal over here.
why?
Well, because if you don't think that people are talking shit, that just means they're talking shit about you.
It is not important. It is cold and it is very hard.
You.
It is not a good place in the Sombra all the time.
It seems to me that, well, Aegin, I must apologize. How do I say this? Do you care what your village has said about you?
Oh, no, not at all. She cares a lot. She cares a lot, actually.
Okay, yeah.
Well, you seem like a very good person, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Hey, thank you. I would, I'd say I'd care more if it wasn't for, some other. Nah, never mind. Yeah, the people in my village, they can think what they're gonna think. I'm gonna live my life and prove them all wrong. So that's that.
That is important. It is important to prove your worth.
Now, I don't necessarily know if I agree with that either. That feels like that's a slippery slope to thinking that our existence on this earth is only made meaningful by our usefulness to others, and that
No, no,
that
no,
we're
no,
only
no.
valuable as
You
people when we can do
misunderstand.
things.
I mean worth to yourself, not to others.
Oh,
Your
oh,
inner worth.
oh, okay. I never thought about it like that. Maybe I got some more noodling to do.
Drauger, I know you are a suit of armor, but do you know anything before what you are now?
Well, I will say I get glimpses of the past. Very fleeting, and it is only in certain situations, but overall, no, I would say. I'll regale you with a short tale of my awakening. It was night. I awoke in a field, and it was extremely disorienting. I could hear things, and I could see things, and I could move and pick things up, but I couldn't necessarily feel much.
Like you couldn't feel like temperature, like touch the way things felt when you touched them. Whoa, I couldn't get that sense out. Like emotions? What do you mean by all?
Lots of things were very numb to me.
Oh,
Uh, except emotions. I feel emotions,
that's good. That's good.
sometimes too strongly, but I wandered. I don't know how long, but then all of the sudden, the god Ephirth spoke to me, and well, the rest is what it is, and I am here now.
Well, I'm glad you are. Glad you made it.
I am glad that we have met.
Oh, likewise.
For a talking suit of armor, you're real fun to be around. You sure got a lot of life in you.
Well, oh,
And I think those strong emotions are part of it. I mean, even when we're experiencing something unpleasant or something that we don't want to be feeling or going through, I think it's beautiful because it's part of the vastness of the human experience. Life can't just be all one thing, all good feelings. Whenever it's bad feelings or good feelings, it's ups and downs, it's highs and lows. It all means you're alive and that you're living. And I think that there's a way that we can, appreciate that even when we're going through some shit.
yes, well, it would be nice to be able to eat food again and taste it, but,
Oh man.
besides the point. Cal, I wanted to ask you,
Yes.
your shield. Where did you find that? I don't think I could even lift it.
What do you know about Goliath culture?
I don't know.
Why don't you roll
Can
a
I
history
roll
check?
to see what I know about Goliath
Yeah, why don't you guys
culture?
both roll?
What do I know about Goliath
Woohoo!
culture? History. I am not proficient, believe it or not. 5. Actually, 4.
I got a 13.
Drauger, you don't know a whole lot about Goliath culture. You haven't really come across any of them in your travels since being reborn. For you, Aegin, you know a little bit. You obviously live in the same, or used to live in the same region where a lot of them have their camps. So you've come across them every now and then. They're like territorial. They live in tribes, very like family oriented, family centered. The pack is, the most important thing. As far as like customs and culture and that sense, you don't know as much. You haven't really had a whole lot of time to get integrated and really talk to any of them to figure it out.
Okay, so
When a Goliath comes of age, we are tasked with climbing the mountain that Kaldor came from. Kaldor being one of the ancient three gods, the giant god. And when we reach the peak of the mountain, if you can reach it, it is a very difficult climb. If you reach the top, you are supposed to commune with Thraldor, or if you are very, very lucky, you commune with Kaldor himself. Kaldor has not been seen for many an age, but we still believe he exists. He lives in the stone, in the earth around us, and you are supposed to see a stone that represents who you are.
That's beautiful.
I saw not just one stone, I saw the whole mountain. And I did not know what to do, so I ripped a big chunk off, and that is what you see here.
You were with the whole mountain. So we're traveling with a real life mountain man right here.
I said I was strong. And he takes the shield and kind of just bench presses it a little bit.
No shit, huh?
Drauger puts a hand on your shoulder and just kind of nods solemnly.
That was an incredible story. Thank you.
It is a part of the culture. I forgot to mention, the stone shield in my name is based off of this shield. We all are named by our mother, but our secondary name, our last name, is based on the item that you receive, that you get, that is for you. I got the shield, my brother a sword. It is who you are. The stone is you.
That makes sense. A lot of well, especially ancient cultures, but cultures now obviously will do your last name based off of your profession versus a family name.
But it seems that the Goliaths do that too, apparently. I'm curious to see what other cultures in the city do, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sad to have missed out on that one.
It is okay. You seem to be very knowledgeable about many other things. So maybe I teach you a little bit about my culture, and you at least tell me what the hell is going on around in the city when we get there.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I've already taught you about hanging out.
Yes, they hang out. I'm going to ask some people if they want to hang out, maybe.
Yeah, and you're gonna make so many friends and so many good connections. And connections that they say that networking, I've heard that networking is the key to. I'm not sure what it's the key to yet, but I'm gonna figure that out.
Zivendari network? Is that what you mean? That kind of network?
Well, that is certainly a network that I'm trying to break into, but I think the network is just the people that you know that like you, that are willing to help you out or give you information or that you would help out.
So you are my network.
Yeah, we're like a little miniature network right now. And then our network is going to keep expanding, encounter other people, but this is always the core group, the three of us. We'll always have each. Well, actually, maybe I'm saying. I guess I have only known y'all for a couple of hours at this point. But I'd like to think that we're always going to be there for each other.
Time will tell. I would offer a word of warning, Cal. I can see in my mind's eye offering to hang out with certain ne'er-do-wells. So let us be cautious about who we ask to hang out with.
Well, I would agree with you, but I do also think that there is something good about getting on the right side of people that are ne'er-do-wellers. Because sometimes people that are ne'er-do-wellers are really just people that are looking for connection, and you can kind of pull them over to the other side, or you can get one over on them, and so they're not suspecting it when they're like, oh, this person is so innocent. They've asked me to hang out. They're so naive. I can definitely try to put a sack over their head and steal all their gold. But if you're expecting it, you put the sack over their head and steal all their gold. And it's not like I wouldn't know anything about that, clearly, but this is a real story for sure.
I think I'm starting to appreciate my life a little more.
Your second life?
I don't know.
Now that's an interesting question, is how many times have you lived?
I certainly ask myself a lot of questions, such as those.
Me too. I love that you and I both love questioning shit.
Well, I will not ask just anyone to hang out. I will ask you first and then the other people.
I feel like that's pretty good. Pretty good message. I think we should probably both defer to Drauger on this one, but I don't know. I feel like we can figure it out. Whatever happens. I've been in worse situations. Anyways, where are we going right now?
I think we should go back to Archview. It is this way. I have a contact is what they call it, I think. I think that's what he called himself. His name is shit, I do not remember. He is tiny man. Jaco is his name. He is tiny man, but he is from the Verndari network. He is the one who told me about this place.
Tiny Vendari network connection. All right. Do you know what he does in the Vendari network? I guess actually they probably wouldn't tell me that, so maybe I shouldn't ask.
I do not know. All I know is he is contact. He told me where to go. There were dragon cultists there. We found the dragon cultists, and now we are going back.
We certainly found the dragon cultist. I don't know if he was looking for live ones, I think he's gonna be disappointed.
He did not really specify. I asked for work about the dragon cult, and he pointed me here.
I'd say that qualifies as work about the dragon cult.
Yes.
And while you guys are traveling, if you guys would like to take some time to scavenge for resources, you can either give me an investigation or a survival check. You're trying to beat a 10.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
In audience, I wouldn't say this is totally normal D&D. This is something Matthew put in the game. That's like a recipe book. So we're going to scavenge for ingredients and then make cool stuff with it. Because that's fun and cool, and I like this a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to incentivize stuff that can happen during travel and stuff that can happen during short rests, because I feel like those are two of the most underutilized things in D&D. So we'll see what happens. I've never used this before. This is all, like, first time.
I rolled a 17 plus 2 is 19.
Starting off strong, I rolled a 19, and it's a 19 plus 3, so 22 on my survival.
Wait, are we in the mountains right now?
You are currently in, like, grasslands, I would say, is more of the biome.
What's the weather like?
It's clear right now. It's cool and it's clear. It's the beginning of summer. And so the days are hot. The evenings are nice and cool. And then there's like a clear sky. You can see every star up there.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the reason I asked is because I get advantage on survival checks in mountainous territories. Unfortunately, even though I have a +4 to survival, that is only an 8.
For Cal and Drauger, would you guys like to give me a D8 roll?
I got a 5.
I got a 7.
For Drauger, you find the pinion of some sort of bird. And for you, Cal, you find Lacnir fruit. And this kind of hangs on some trees. It's almost like a berry that glows as like very faint bluish purplish. And you know that Lacnir is the goddess of magic and medicine, and when this was discovered, it was named after her because it's used in so many different potions and medicinal recipes.
Okay. Quick, I guess, kind of history check.
Yeah.
Would this kind of thing grow in Isomra? Like, would Cal know what this is?
I would say no, this isn't really a thing that grows where you're from, since everything in Isomra is so northern and cold, and what's built is like built up in the mountains. This is more of like a warm weather fruit, so this is probably your first time actually seeing something like this.
Hell yeah. D&D blueberries right here.
It's so unfortunate because in my brain, I'm like, Aegin is a ranger. Aegin's good at the outdoor stuff. And every single role I've had so far that has not been the case.
It's easy. Every single time you fuck up a roll, you're just not wearing your glasses.
Exactly.
You're so right. Oh.
Wait, do you not have advantage on survival as a ranger?
I think it's just in my, let me look at my
Ranger
features.
is a lovely class where it's extremely limiting.
That's true.
Yeah, in my natural explorer, in my favored terrain.
That's so, I don't like that. I feel like you should
Yeah,
just
I know,
have
I
like
agree.
survival advantage. You know what?
I think it'd be cool. If
This
you want to
is
give it
what
to
I
me.
say to the D&D rules. Why don't you roll with advantage? It makes sense.
Whoa! Hey, well, that one was a dirty 20.
All right, so why don't you roll me a D8 as well, and we'll see what you get.
It's a 4.
So as you're walking through, you see that there is something that's growing at the base of this tree trunk, and it's kind of like undulating a little bit, and you obtain a little portion of soil-born ooze.
Have either of you ever been to Archview?
I came there to get the contact with Jacob, but otherwise I've just passed through.
I have been to Archview. It's been some years, though. What about you?
I'm not sure. I do not believe so.
Are you gonna try to like endeavor to fill in the gaps? Is that gonna be this part of this whole like adventure we're going on? You wanna like try to regain your memories, or are you just cool to let them lie? Sorry, was that you don't have to answer that. That we just met each other like 4 hours ago. But I just want you to know that the offer stands. If that's something you're interested in, I'd love to help you out, and I'd also love to forget all about this conversation.
Maybe ask me again some other time.
Circle back to that one. Circle back. That's another one that I've heard used before. It's like a turn of phrase saying that we're going to like return to this kind of conversation. That was for Cal, not for you. I'm assuming you do that one, Drauger.
I did know that one.
As you guys continue to walk, your path starts to slope upwards, and you hear this very strange but distinct sound. It's like something's wet snout is just sniffing incessantly and then really deeply. You can see just over the peak of the slope, a few yards away from you guys, there are two silhouettes. One that looks like a large dog with these sharp protrusions coming out of its fur. The other is a tall humanoid with insect-like wings that glint in the moonlight. Your blood instantly runs cold, and your heart starts to pound in your chest as you recognize that this is an Ondavar, the primordial creatures born from the vile void. It paces along the path as its hound sniffs the ground around an overturned wagon in front of you.
The dwarf is yours. Leave me the elf.
Drauger, can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh,
Oh shit.
okay.
Oh shit.
Con save? I failed. I rolled the nat 1.
Oh!
No! Rhogar!
This grip of fear tightens in your chest, and it feels like a vice just made of pure ice wrapping around your heart. Something about this voice is causing sheer panic to build within your incorporeal being. It sounds frighteningly familiar, yet somehow you've never heard it before. And as this fear is gripping your chest, you get these very brief flashes. You see this large field with swarms of silhouettes, and then things cut to black, and you see it again, and there's something in your chest, and something cuts to black again, and you feel yourself on the ground, and hearing these voices clanging around in your head, and now it's like it's clanging around in your helmet, and then you realize that you're still here in the middle of the woods on this path.
I am going to take this opportunity, this fear that's gripping me. I'm like having these flashes, and my hand like shakes and moves to like grip the sword that's plunged into my chest, and I pull the sword out, and as it's being pulled out, my whole like fist holding the hilt is engulfed in shadow, and I keep pulling and pulling, and you see the shadow morphs into a giant halberd, and I'm using my new 3rd level ability, Create Pact Weapon. And as an action, I can create pretty much any weapon I want.
Should you get into combat with your natural 1 and your failure, you will be sort of like almost paralyzed in fear for the first round.
I'll be feared.
And as you make this shadow halberd with the hilt of the sword plunge into your chest, you see this Ondavar's head kind of turn towards you, and you all hear him say,
Deathwalker, I can smell you. That putrid stench of Earth. I care not for the taste of death mist. You have no flesh to sup upon, but a half-elf and a Goliath, descendants of the firstborn. Nothing tastes better.
and it sort of turns as if it's looking at you guys, and it draws this massive black shadowy greatsword.
Oh, fuck this. Can I cast a Hunter's Mark on this bad boy?
You absolutely can.
This is kind of my first time seeing an Undervar.
This is the first time
Having
any of
to
you guys
deal
have
with
seen an
one.
Undervar. You've heard
Yeah.
tales, you've heard stories, you've seen depictions of them in writing and paintings and drawings and madman sketches, but this is the first time you've ever seen one in person.
Hold steady, friends. I don't know what grips me, but I will have your backs.
We are with you.
Everybody roll me initiative.
Fittingly, I rolled a 6.
I got a 10.
I also got a straight 10.
Let's do it where you guys kind of decide who goes first then.
I'm totally cool with you going first. You have the higher initiative too.
Sure.
So for our audience, the initiative order is going to be the Ondavar, then Aegin, then Cal, then Drauger, and then the Hound. This Ondavar, with his large dark sword, starts to walk towards you, his insect-like wings fluttering a little bit, making him hover just a couple inches off the ground. Not in any sort of way that seems to give him a tactical advantage, but more than anything, sort of intimidating you. And as he gets closer, you see that this creature stands around like 7.5 feet tall. Its muscular arms and legs have no clothing and are just marked by these black tattoos that appear like ever-moving pure darkness on the skin. The hands have 8 fingers and the feet have 8 toes. On its bald head, there are these 2 horns that horizontally protrude from near its pitch-black eyes. Its nose is nothing more than 2 small slits, and it wears a simple chainmail shirt and a loincloth of bones. And as it approaches, it swings the sword back and forth as if getting a handle on it for the first time in a while. And it is going to go for either Cal or Aegin because it does not have any interest in the Death Mist. So it is going to go towards Cal. This Ondavar Scout gets 2 melee attacks and is going to use its Dark Sword on you twice, Cal. So the first roll is a 16 to hit.
Does not hit.
He goes for a second swing. Ooh, and that's a 19.
That does hit.
So he swings this giant greatsword. It looks like it's made just completely of darkness. It almost reminds you of when people have talked about Mirkar's sword, how it's made of just like pure darkness. It's really similar. It's like a smaller version of it. And he's just going straight for like your arm that's holding up the shield. And it does 7 slashing damage on you as it comes and slices up the arm that holds up the shield.
You travel with Deathwalker. Do you not realize you put a mark on yourself? Abandon him. Abandon this covenant. Free yourselves from his stench.
Now, I'm pretty sure you were the one that put a mark on him just now, so it feels a little hypocritical.
It like turns its head and gives you this smile. It's like gnarled, rotting teeth kind of flash in the moonlight.
Half-elf flesh. I haven't supped on that in so long. You will taste delectable.
You will taste none of it.
Yeah, okay, so she's gonna take a swing at it. We're a little too close to get we're just gonna do a melee attack with this fun fancy little dagger that you gave me. So I'm gonna roll that just now. Does a 18 hit?
An 18 hits.
Nice, so that's gonna be and I cast Hunter's Mark on him before we started.
You did.
Right? So that's gonna be 6 plus another 1d6. So give me 1 second to roll that. So that's gonna be 11 damage total.
Okay.
Yeah, so Aegin's just like, oh yeah, I know your type. And so she just gets this dagger out and just absolutely like drops into fighting stance. Like, you ever seen people knife fight for real? It's
For
really
real?
fucking scary.
No.
And it's, yeah.
I can't say I've seen people
Well-
IRL fight with knives, but that sounds terrifying. Regardless of whether they're good or
Yeah,
bad, I
you-
wouldn't want to be around that.
It's not like a knife that you carry for self-protection. It's what you use to like carve up a carcass is how I imagine. And so there's a decent amount of reach on it, and she just drops down and just absolutely slashes this thing from hip to shoulder.
Instead of there being like blood or anything that comes out, it's almost like you've opened up this pouch of smoke. And so some of its body where you've cut along, there's like this puff of black mist, smoke stuff that comes out, and then it sucks back into his side, and he kind of like forms himself up again and just glares at you with those gnarled teeth.
Yeah, and then I actually have this cool new little ability with my subclass where I have this thing that I'm looking for the words for. It's called Dreadful Strike. Whenever I hit a creature with a weapon, I can deal an extra 1d4 psychic damage to the target, which
Ooh.
can only be taken once per turn. So if I may, I'm also going to go ahead and add that on as well. That is another 3 damage. And so I imagine because it's like psychic damage, this thing, expected me to be like scared or cowed at all by this statement. When you grow up in rougher areas, it's like this shit. Like I know this guy. I grew up with this guy down the street. I know how to handle him, and so she just absolutely like sees him and is unfazed.
Cal takes this hit from this Undervar, and does it leave like any residue or anything, or is it just
Yeah, so I mean, it slashes up your arm a little bit, and you almost see like this, almost like charcoal is along the outside of that cut that you got.
Okay, cool. Kalgorath is gonna take try to rub his fingers along this charcoal and rub it across his eyes, and then take his warhammer and slam down over the top of this guy. And I'm gonna I'm gonna hit him, but as my bonus action on top of my action, I'm gonna use Thunder Smite on him.
Oh,
nice,
okay.
Nice.
Let's see if I hit first, I guess. It's an 11.
Ooh, an 11 does not quite hit.
Fuck.
You go to slam down, and he just kind of sidesteps it. It knocks off of his arm a little bit, but not enough to actually hurt him. And he looks so smug. He gives you this horrible shit-eating grin, oh, I knew you were gonna miss that.
I think Aegin sees the Ondivar get cocky whenever Cal misses, and she's just like, "All right, fucker, don't get too cocky there. I just ripped you a new one, and I'll do it again."
Can I still take a bonus action, or can I just not attack?
You can't just attack him this round, essentially.
Okay, yeah. I was just going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself. The cold, negative energy of death kind of starts to seep from his armor even more, and the shadow, coming from Drauger, sort of forms you look at it, and it looks like more armor on him, but it's gone in a flash.
So this hound that is working alongside the Ondivar, it runs up next to you, Aegin. It is horrifyingly fast. It's almost you blink and then bam, it's just there next to you. And this thing has Pack Tactics, has advantage on an attack roll against a creature if at least one of its allies is within 5 feet of it, and it's not incapacitated. It is within 5 feet, so it's going to have advantage on you.
This hound is, that's what, 10 feet from me? Because she's on the other side of Aegin?
Yes. The first one.
Uh-oh.
All right, so it's a natural 20.
Oh my god.
Or 25 to hit.
I knew it.
As this thing bites into you, you feel its sharp, almost metal-like fangs dig into your leg. And I dropped my dice on the floor. So you're going to take 10 piercing damage as it bites into you. And then 1 necrotic damage as you feel this horrible inky darkness start to seep into your leg wound. And it gets 1 more bite at you.
Shit!
And the highest one was an 11 to hit.
That does not hit.
So it goes to bite again, and you kind of just yank your leg out of the way in time, and instead it hits its head against the dirt, and it looks up and it starts snarling at you. And there's this black, it looks like a combination of blood and smoke just kind of pouring from its maw. It is the Ondivar's turn. It is looking between Cal and Aegin, and can see that the hound is for all he knows, taking care of Aegin right now. So he's going to attack you again, Cal. Just again with that great sword, or the dark sword, even. It is a 12 and a 18 to hit.
12 misses, the 18 hits exactly.
So once again, his first slash, he kind of just hits it and it slams against your stone shield. You push it up, he brings it back around and then goes in to stab you in your thigh. And it does 4 slashing damage as it stabs into you. And again, it leaves sort of this almost charcoal dust around where the wound was made.
Freaky.
Give up your companion. You will live. You will make it to wherever your destination is. Just let us take Death Mist. We'll be on our way.
I am not letting you take anyone.
I'm gonna take another swing at him with my dagger.
And are you going for the Ondavar, or are you going for this hound?
Oh, right. Which one? How's the Ondavar looking?
He's looking okay. He's only taken damage from you so far.
I think I'm gonna stay with the Ondavar. That's a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
So that's gonna be 6 plus 1d6, which is going to then be another 6. And then it's going to be an additional Dreadful Strike, which is another d4 of psychic damage. Woohoo!
Oh my gosh. So, 16 damage?
That's just one.
Oh.
Just one, so that's 13 damage total.
13 damage, okay. As you stab this dagger in him the second time, and you have this sort of moment of psychic damage going into him, you see his eyes that are just normally like black, matte orbs become white for a moment as he's inflicted with this damage, and he looks over at you with this grimace, and he kind of like tries to push you back, just like grab your head and push you back.
Pesky child. I'm giving you a chance. Take it or die.
Now, didn't you just want to eat me a minute ago? Where'd that fire go?
I didn't realize you'd put up such a fight. Now you must die.
And now you think I'm a child, so you're the ultimate predator here, really only preying on the weak and the children.
He snarls at you and spits out this like wad of blood that almost seems to sizzle on the ground as though it was made of acid.
She absolutely just fucking bares her teeth at him and like animalistic growls.
Cal is going to kind of like jukes out of the way and kind of around to the other side of him, so he's got the Ondavar on the left and the hound on the right. And he is going to slam down on this Ondavar once again.
Perfect.
Kind of like dash to the side and use his momentum to swing his Warhammer into him. Okay, a 9 plus 5, so a 14 to hit?
A 14 will hit.
Thank fucking God. Okay. A d8, so I rolled 8, so 8 plus 3 is 11. So then I'm gonna do... I got my Thunderous Smite on. Let me read that again. Let's see here. First time you hit with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your weapon rings with thunder that is audible within 300 feet of you, and the attack deals an extra 2d6 thunder damage to the target. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away.
Okay, what's the full damage?
Oh yeah, let me roll the 2d6. So 11 right now, and then a 5 for 16, and then 2, so 18 damage. So then he's got to make a strength saving throw, and he's got to beat a 12.
Plus 2? I rolled a 13, so I got a 15.
Damn. I like to imagine he dashes to the side a little bit to put the two enemies on either side of him, and uses his momentum to swing his hammer up into the side of the Ondavar. And as it does this, there's just like this echo that like cracks the ground in between the Ondavar and Kalgorath.
And as you slam into him, you slam his head, you kind of hear like bones cracking, not just of like his body, but it looks like his horn is almost snapped off on the left side of his head.
Rip it off.
I am going to move. Let's see where I can move. Here and then there. So he could get an opportunity attack on me if he wanted to.
So he is going to make one swing at you with this dark sword as you run past him to get behind him. It's a 16 plus 2 and 18 to hit.
An 18 to hit? He hits me.
5 slashing damage as you run. It like kind of cuts across, basically like right where the sword used to be in your chest. He kind of slashes like right across there.
As he does, the shadow around me like grips his blade and pulls it closer, and it like spikes kind of like into his cheek, and he's gonna take 10 cold damage.
Hell yeah.
For my armor of Agathis.
Hell yeah.
So whenever damage is done to you, it does damage back.
As long as I have my temporary hit points, it will do will do the damage. So I've got 5 left.
Yeah, these ice spikes like slam into his face, and they kind of like stick in like when they retract. It's almost like porcupine needles are stuck in his face, and he grabs them and throws him on the ground.
Death Mist, I will drag you to my master.
I aim the halberd at him and I say, "What do you know of me?" And I'm gonna bonus action cast Branding Smite and slash at this guy.
Dude, 2 smites? Holy shit, bro.
I got some
Yes,
smites.
dude.
I got some smites. I got a 21 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Branding Smite is gonna do an extra 2d6 radiant damage.
That is going to be doubled because he is vulnerable to radiant.
Sweet. 4d6 radiant damage. That is gonna be 22 damage.
You hit him with this radiant light, and this horrible shriek comes from him. It sounds like a million screaming people all at once just erupting from inside of him, like the depths of him, as he takes this horrible radiant damage. He looks miserable. His horn falls down, and he catches it and kind of like slips it into his loincloth. He's almost down to one knee and looks at you and says,
What are you?
Like I swing the halberd back around, and I say, "You tell me."
he started this fight so confident, so cocky, and now you see fear in these eyes. The hound is going to again attack you again. Well, actually, it's gonna decide if it's gonna attack Aegin or if it's gonna attack Kalgorath, since you guys are both right there. So I'm just gonna say, Aegin, your evens. Cal, your odds. All right, that's a 1. Cal is coming towards you. Cal, this has got advantage on you with his pack tactics.
Oh, fuck, okay. Matthew, don't say it.
It's a natural 20 with the other dice.
No,
Are you
didn't.
fucking serious, bro? Okay. I am definitely doing it this time. I'm glad I saved it for this one. So I am gonna roll a d12 to nullify at least a little bit of your damage because you fucking crit on me, asshole. Love you, Matthew.
Love you too. So far we're at 11, and then it's gonna roll its necrotic damage. So it does 18 damage. And this one bites into, like, basically around your knee. And as it unhinges its jaw, you see that there's, like, this almost looks like ink, like black ink that's kind of oozing from the bite wound.
Ew.
Okay. And I rolled an 8. So what was the total? 18? So I take 10 damage?
Is that plus your con modifier?
Oh, shit, no. Where's my con modifier at? My con's plus 2. So
10.
It's actually 12. Or yeah. 10. So I'm gonna take 8 damage.
I think it's a second bite at you. And both of them miss. The highest one was a 9 to hit. So it goes to bite again, and you slam this stone shield into the ground. It bams its head into it and kind of makes like a whimpering sound, but not cute because this dog is evil. You don't care.
An evil whimpering
dog.
sound.
You are a very ugly dog! Bad dog.
This Ondavar looks at you, Aegin, as you've been mocking it, and it had put its horn into its loincloth, and it kind of like draws it out again, and it looks at you, and is going to try and hit you with this 14 to hit.
That is my armor class.
Ooh, use your unarmored defense or your armored defense ring.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I'm gonna do that. I forgot I had that.
Oh,
use
yeah.
just like 1 charge on it.
So smart. I'm gonna use a charge of my armored defense ring, and my AC is now 15.
So as you use a charge from this ring, it almost just like this blue ethereal shield wraps itself around you as he goes to stab the horn into your shoulder, and it bounces off.
Elven sorcery. It won't protect you forever, child.
He's going to use his second attack to just be his sword. That is a 14 to hit, which means that it still doesn't hit, right? Because does the charge last until the end of the turn?
Let me look. I
can't
think
remember how
it's
I
just
wrote it.
one at a time.
Okay.
While wearing this ring, the wielder can use their reaction to expend 1 to 3 charges and add a +1 to their armor class for each charge spent. So I only spent 1, so I think it's just for the one time. It doesn't
Okay.
say as far as length.
I did just realize something. I can impose disadvantage on your attack if you're within 5 feet of me. If something attacks something within 5 feet of me, I can impose disadvantage. That's
Okay.
part of my fighting style.
So we'll say you
So roll
expended
again,
the slot the first time because that was cool. He'll roll with disadvantage, so it's a 14 or... Okay, so the 14 is the lowest.
Okay, that's okay. I'll just take it.
So he's going to hit you with this dark sword. He's only one-handing it now since he took the horn to try to hit you with it. You're only taking 4 slashing damage as he goes and like nicks your arm, like slashes down your forearm, and now you also have this sort of like charcoal dust along either side of the wound.
I bet you can't guess what I'm about to do.
Dude, are you gonna hit it?
Hit the
I'm
gritty.
gonna try to hit him. I'm gonna try to hit him with my dagger.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's not as good that time. That's only a 7.
Ooh, a 7 does not quite hit.
That whiffs. That whiffs. I think that just like after she gets hit with she was prepping an attack after the first miss. She like dodged, was ready to counter. But then, he tried to one-hand the sword, and even though it wasn't very powerful, I think it just knocked off her timing and balance just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure there's nothing I can do with... I don't think there's anything I can do with the bonus action.
Do you have any healing spells?
I do have healing spells. Let's see if I can cast that as a bonus action. I only have Cure Wounds and Cure Wounds in action, so I can't do that this round. I think Aegin's just going to take the turn to be like, oh, can only hit me with your sword.
They put my glasses for next hit.
Ooh.
Believe me with your
How-
sword.
Aha, no, don't miss me,
you have
you're
to
too
miss all the-
sexy.
Aha.
How are these two guys looking right now?
The doggo has taken 0 damage, and the Ondavar looks extremely rough.
I'm gonna try and finish off the Undervar.
Yeah, kill him.
Seeing these dudes go into him and go after his companions, he's just gonna hit him with the Warhammer again. Hope I roll well.
it.
Yeah, he looks so bad. Like, all the places you guys have been cutting him, it's almost like earlier I said, like, you've punctured this bag of smoke. Like, it's kind of like wafting off of him as if it was his blood, and it kind of like just like drifts off into the air.
I got a 24 to hit.
That it's...
For damage, I got a 5 plus 3, so it's 8 damage. That's bludgeoning damage. Cal, seeing all this shit going on, takes that hammer and kind of flips it to the other end, so the poke end is facing him, and just goes for this dude's head, and like busts through his helmet, whatever the hell he's got on, and just tries to wrench him to the ground. And like one fell swing to the ground, slam him down.
So you get like the pig part of this warhammer in his head, and you hear this horrible shattering sound as it breaks into his skull, snaps off the other horn. You yank him to the ground as you pull out that warhammer smoke. Like his blood is just like pouring into the air. He's wheezing, and he looks up.
You've put a target on your back, Deathwalker. My brethren will be pleased to return you to the ground once again. Heed my advice.
Mid talking, I literally just slam the like bottom end of my shield on his head.
And he crumples like a bug beneath a rock. He just like, you hear everything inside of him just twist and snap, and he becomes this pool of inky blackness. And the sword, which was once just a shadow, you can see the blade starts to dissolve a little bit into smoke, and it kind of combines with his smoky body on the ground. And the hound even becomes smoke as well, dissipates. It all becomes this big, black, murky pool, and then just sinks into the grass. And the only thing left is this hilt of the sword.
Drauger, you seem to have a bone to pick with you if you want to first dibs on that sword.
Well, first, is everyone all right?
Oh, yeah. We'll survive it.
How are you feeling? Both of you seem to have taken some considerable hits.
Oh, nothing a little quick hangout can't fix.
I will be alright. I wish to do the hangout sooner than later.
Yeah, maybe we check out this hilt, see if there's anybody still alive in this cart that's been turned over, and chill here for a bit, and then continue on our way. Unless you guys want to put some distance between us and where we killed this fucking asshole.
No, I think it would be wise to investigate.
And I'll go pick up the sword.
So as you pick up this hilt of the sword, you see that it's this very ornate metal hilt. Towards the top of it, where it would connect to the blade, there is this symbol of a skull, and it has a gem that's embedded into the forehead of the skull.
I'll turn to you guys both, and like the halberd kind of like turns back into smoke, and I reinsert the blade into my chest.
Is there just like a hole where you insert it, or is there like can
It's
you see
like
anything
it's
inside
like
of it?
I was stabbed, so there's just a sword slit,
Okay.
and it just kind of like goes back in.
This sword, it seems to raise more questions, but it's the same symbol as the one I carry in my chest.
That Ondavar seemed particularly peeved at you. I wonder if it's something to do with your soul coming back from the afterlife or from the archway. I mean, because the Ondavar technically, I mean, I've heard rumor, I don't know for sure, but don't they exist in this sort of like other place between life and death? Isn't that their like whole deal?
This isn't normal. Like them walking around is not
No,
typical.
so it's become more of a common thing as of late. Like in the last probably year and a half, there have been more reports, which is startling because nothing like this has ever really happened before since like the wars happened at the beginning of time when they were all fighting against the Ondavar.
They are from a very different place than here, but I have not seen them for myself, but I have heard stories that they roam now, and I do not know what to do with this. Drauger, perhaps, if you are okay with us telling about it, perhaps Jaco in Archview can tell us more about this. He may know something about that symbol, and why the Undervar are here.
I think that is wise. I don't know what I may have done to this particular Ondovar, but you are right. He seemed to have some sort of vendetta against me, in a way.
Yeah. I wonder if maybe something in your past life was something, or I wonder if it's even not about you specifically, but about your existence, like your ability to come back from that other plane of existence. I wonder if it's more to do with the plane walking and less to do with you personally. Because you didn't know your name or nothing.
Yes, I think that sounds close to the truth. Seeing him struck me with a fear I have not felt in quite some time. I think I had flashes of something in my past. A battle, perhaps, and that is really all I can remember.
Well, it's a start. Or I can write down any details if you want to try to put some pen and paper to it. Sometimes I find it easier to tease out little logic puzzles. I can look at it in front of me and it's not just all wobbling around in my brain.
Yes, I think that would be helpful.
Right, we'll do that after we check out this little cart while we're doing our little hangout.
I could use a hangout.
Can I roll a little investigation about this cart area to see if there was any survivors or anything? Because I remember the Ondavar saying something about a dwarf at the beginning, and I'm pretty sure none of us are dwarves.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me an investigation check. In fact, if all of you guys want to give me investigation checks, please do.
I'm good at investigation. No, I'm not. 6.
See, that's what I thought too. I got a 10.
16.
You all see that the dwarf and the elf are dead. There are no survivors from this. But Cal, as you are going through this stuff, you find near the dwarf, there's this small wooden chest, and there are 8 pieces of gold that have spilled out of it when you can assume this cart has stumbled. And you also find this folded piece of paper in the pouch of the dwarf. And then as you guys were all sort of looking, you see that there are 5 cases of wine that were in this cart. And as there was this crash, 2 of them are completely just destroyed. Like anything, like the wine and the crate are destroyed. So there are 3 intact cases of wine resting near the cart.
I would like to go over to the 2 bodies and say a quick prayer to kind of send their souls to obliteration.
Sweet.
Why don't you give me a religion check?
And does the cart look like broken, or like we could put it back on its side? And
The cart looks like it was pretty destroyed, which is surprising because it doesn't really make sense that like the Ondavar or the Hound could have really done this sort of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like another kind of just like red flag.
So there might be something else in this area.
I rolled a 15.
You feel warmth within your armor, and you feel that Ephirth has answered this prayer. And since these 2 people are not going to have anybody that can take their bodies to the archway, instead their souls have been destroyed as you smite them, so they cannot be taken to hell or be consumed by the Ondavar. And why don't you go ahead and take 1 piety point?
Wow, first one.
First point.
So Kalgorath takes that note that he found, and he goes, "It reads, delivery of 5 crates of Zindaril's spiced wine will result in a payment of 25 gold, 5 gold per crate. Delivered to Pala at the Pesky Barnacle by the 2nd week of Solhost." Solhost is summer/fall. Currently the 1st week of Solhost. It's currently what it is right now.
Well, seems like we can either get really drunk right now, or we can get more money down the road.
I cannot drink, so I would recommend helping this tavern keeper out.
That's fair, but I think let's leave that one up to Cal, because I don't know about y'all, but I don't know how we're going to transport these things. Cal, you're very strong, but I also don't want to impose too much.
So are they like filled to the brim? Like the 3 of them, they're filled to the brim with spiced wine?
Yeah. I mean, they're full crates of spiced wine.
Drauger is gonna just pick one up and carry it.
Cal goes to the front of one of these carts and like puts his back up against it and grabs the bottom edge of it and tries to lift up to see if
you're gonna be like the mule for the broken cart?
Yes, and he's gonna try and see if he can't pull it.
Okay, give me a strength check.
He just wants to see if he can do this. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
I hope you succeed.
I did not roll very well. I rolled a 6.
Okay, so you go to lift it up. You put your shield down and you pick it up, and you hear something in your back pops a little bit.
Oh!
You can't tell if it feels good or bad.
I can't feel if it's good or bad.
It's the injury from when you were with your brothers.
You can't tell if it made it worse or if it popped it again, or if it popped it back into place.
Can I try to help him by like taking the other casks off the cart to like lighten the load and hopefully give him like advantage?
Sure.
That did not feel normal. That was in the spot I did it last time. Oh shit. So I rolled a 19, so I have a +5 to that, so it's 24.
Damn.
Okay, so yeah, after you pop your back and Drauger takes some of these casks off, you lift it up again, and you almost lift it up a little too. Like it almost like completely lifts the like wagon off the ground, like slams back down again. And as you like lower it back down to the ground, you hear the sound of hooves along the path in front of you getting louder and louder. In the not so far distance, you see another wooden cart coming up to you, and it's got 2 torches on either side of it. And as it gets close, you see there's this single halfling driver sitting in the driver's bench, and the cart abruptly stops a few feet away from you. And Kalgorath, you recognize this driver as Jaco, your connection in the Verndari network and your point of contact for this mission.
As soon as Kalgorath sees Jaco, he's like, he like just drops the fucking cart Like, no putting it down. He just drops the cart and he's like, "Oh, it is my little friend. It is great to see you. We found the place with the dragon coat, and they are taken care of. And these are my friends."
So,
Howdy.
as Cal says, these are my friends. Jaco kind of like hops off the car. He looks a little confused. Drauger and Aegin, you see that Jaco is halfling. He's got this black, white, and gray leather armor on. There's like crazy white hair that protrudes from beneath this
Awesome.
pointed blue cap, and he's got these like really crooked spectacles on. And he gets off and kind of like dusts his hands off and reaches out to shake your hand and says, "Well, nice to meet you. My name's Jaco. As our friend Cal here's introduced me. He picked you up along the way."
Yeah, we all kind of ended up in the same spot, going after the same thing. Decided it'd be better to work as a team. You know, hanging out and all that's always better than being alone. It's been real productive so far. It's nice to meet you. I'm Aegin, by the way.
Right,
That's one. Sorry about that.
Aegin. Which one was it?
Aegin.
Aegin. Aegin, it's
it
nice
could
to
be
meet you.
Aegin. I think I said Aegis.
Right,
Let's go
and
with
this fella over
Aegis.
here with the armor. Nice to meet you. My name's Jaco.
And I am Drauger. It is a pleasure to meet a friend of Cal's.
A Drauger. Interesting. Well, it's nice to meet you too. Cal, there. I'm coming to take you back to Archview, okay?
Oh, did something happen at Archview? I mean, I appreciate the ride. We were just going to walk.
Someone in town woke up screaming and claiming that the Ondavar were near, so I got up, got into our cart, and tried to find you, my new recruit that I'm in charge of, obviously. And the other network members stayed in town to, try to defend if the nightmare was right. So here I am. You're safe, so I've done my mission. I've made sure that the person in my care is safe. If anybody asks, we did the right thing, okay? So
Yeah, but that nightmare certainly was correct. There was an Ondavar here. You just arrived, I don't know, 30 seconds late?
there's an Ondavar out here.
Yeah, we just took care of him. And his hound.
We royally kicked his ass.
He is no longer around. He is back to wherever the Ondavar go.
Oh, is Drauger likes to say sent back to hell, right?
Indeed.
Yes.
Well, this is very troubling indeed. All of you, non-Vendari included, why don't you all hop onto the cart and we'll go back to Archie. I need Thraldar's blessing of walls, and I don't like being here outside right now. Come, let's go.
Do you have room for this wine?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask.
Yes, this wagon is plenty large enough for all of us and some wine.
Aegin had already started loading it in before, she just was like, all right.
And once we start going on this, once we all get in the cart and start heading that direction, Kalgorath is gonna stick his shield in front of him on the cart and kind of chapel his hands in front of him, and he's gonna pray to Thraldor. Almighty Drauger, God of the Stone, I do not understand why Ondavar are back on the world, and I do not know what you ask of me to do, but I ask for your guidance and safe passage to wherever we go. Please assist me and my friends.
Why don't you give me a religion check?
14.
You open your eyes, you see that those names carved into the back of your shield are glowing a little bit, and you know that Thraldor has answered your prayer of safe passage.
Hell yeah.
You guys on the cart are now with Jaco, and he quickly, gets the horses going so you guys can get to Archview. And eventually you guys enter the small town and pass these wooden walls adorned with stone carvings of Thraldor on pedestals near the main gate. It's well into the night, with just a few hours until the sun rises. Your wooden cart bounces down this uneven street, and you get a glimpse of fishermen already awake and headed to work, and drunkards who stumble down alleys. The town is peaceful and quiet. The voices that are heard are hushed, and only a few seagulls cry out in this night. After a few more moments of the bumpy ride, Jaco stops your cart near the waterfront, where a decent-sized docked ship bobs along the waves. Two individuals wearing black, white, and gray armor stand near the dock.
Cal, this is Gora and Sylv, the other 2 members that will be accompanying us. Gora, Sylv, this is Aegin, Drauger, and Cal. Cal is our newest initiate.
Gora is a half-orc and Sylv is a wood elf, and they both kind of like walk towards the back of the cart, basically ready to help you guys off a bit if you need help.
Why, thank you. Nice to meet you.
It was very nice to meet you too.
For clarification, this wine, is it for a tavern in this town?
As you guys were going along, you did see that there is a tavern named the Pesky Barnacle that is pretty darn close to the waterfront.
Now, I understand we're going to go on a journey, but we have a little side quest real quick. When we were coming into town, we came across this overturned cart. There was an Ondavar. It was a whole thing. People died. No, people were already dead by the time we got there, but there's this wine. Somebody's expecting it, and we're just going to run this over and get paid real quick.
Okay, yes, I suppose it's fine. Cal, will you accompany them and make sure you all return back here? We have much to talk about, especially after what you've said about the Ondavar.
Yes, I will accompany them. But first, and Cal, like, holds his hand out, but instead of holding it out for a handshake, he, like, holds it just, like, straight horizontally, because he doesn't understand what a handshake is. But he holds it out to Syl and Gora. He's like, "It is nice to meet you. I am Kalgorath. You can call me Cal."
Egg's just going to quickly reach over and just rotate his hand.
Are you trying to do... Oh, okay, yes, just a normal handshake. Yes, lovely to meet you. I'm Sylv, and this is Gora. We'll be accompanying you the rest of the way, should you all decide to go with us. But I guess if you all have a mission you need to go through first, we can discuss it all when you're back from your delivery mission.
Just a quick little chore.
Right.
Really, it should be nothing. We'll be back in like 10, 15.
Right, try not to be too long. We have others coming soon to meet us.
We understand. Cal will, like, take as many boxes as he can, or as many crates of wine as he can, just stacked on top of one another, and just lift them and start heading towards the...
I'm gonna say you can probably get 2 of these before they're starting to encroach over your vision a little bit.
Aegin will happily supervise.
I will grab the other one.
So the 3 of you walk down these quiet streets. You see some fishermen, and they kind of give you just like a little nod, a little wave. They've got their nets and their rods going out towards the water. And eventually you get to this tavern, and it's called the Pesky Barnacle. The sign is faded from what you can assume is just years of wind and rain and sun. And as you enter, you see that the first floor of the tavern is like pretty much completely empty. There are a few drunks that are asleep with their heads on the round tables and ale spilled upon their laps. A raging fire burns brightly in the hearth. And the bartender, which you see is a Harengon, sleeps behind the bar with a leather-bound book open on her chest. And she's snoring lightly, her large rabbit ears kind of twitching as she sleeps. And for those that are not familiar, Harengon are basically like rabbit people.
Can I do a quick investigation/perception to see what book she's reading?
Yes, please do. Actually, why don't you just give me a history check to see if you've read it before?
And how does the bar look?
So there is the bar with some kegs up by the wall, and then there are a few small round wooden tables. There's a hearth against the wall, and on the opposite wall there's a staircase up to some, what you can assume is rooms, probably a tavern and an inn. Everything seems basically completely made of wood. You get kind of the idea that they are not necessarily the wealthiest place, as even the walls of this town were made of wood.
I gotta stop rolling with these digital dice. That was a 5.
Okay. This is
I've
a
not
book,
read this book,
and it is a tale about 2 Harengon children who wander into the woods and get snatched up by a witch whose house is made of candy. And you've never read this one before, but it sounds interesting.
No, this sounds really weird. Like, who would make their house out of candy?
Drauger.
Sorry, hello, sorry, is it morning already? Do you need me a tab? Sorry, I must have drifted off asleep.
Oh no, you're totally fine. It's still pretty early. We just had to stop in because we're on our way through somewhere. I think you were supposed to be expecting a delivery of spiced wine. Well, it seems like your caravan ran into a little bit of trouble outside of town, but we were able to pick up in what remained. We were hoping to deliver that to you.
Oh, well, that's mighty kind of all of you. I appreciate that very much. Yes, if you want to put it back here,
And she points, like, basically it's like right behind the bar.
I'll be sure to put those up in the morning. Now where... Do you have a slip that said how much I owed?
Yeah, Cal will set the wine down, and then we'll just fish the piece of paper out. This is 25 gold, 5 per crate. So...
Okay, well, you returned 3, which is wonderful, especially for finding an overturned cart. So yes,
And she reaches into the small pouch around her waist and pulls out 15 pieces of gold and puts it on the counter.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
We very much appreciate it.
Well, look, I don't know if you're all staying in town for very long or if you're just passing through, but if you ever happen to want to be working with the trading guild and you want to bring me some more wine, the offer's always open. It'll always be 5 gold per crate.
Working with the trading guild?
Yes, if you ever have interest in working with the trading guild, you can align with them and you can get a contract to come work for me and bring me some wine every now and then and get 5 gold crate.
Good to know. I think we're definitely an option to explore, and I appreciate you doing business with us.
Do we know anything about the trading guild?
Yeah, the trading guild is the, like, legitimate way of trading and making money and stuff like that. Trader guilds are all over the place. They are kind of just in charge of setting prices and stuff like that, making sure that people aren't, like, pricing things too high or too low. They basically help the economy to keep moving. But you could also work with the Traders Guild and the Courier Guild to like be wandering traders and wandering delivers, essentially.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
In fact, I appreciate it so much that...
And she pulls out 3 bottles of wine and puts them on the table.
Take it as compensation. You could have just left the wine there and I would have been without it, and now I have at least some of it. So please, take this wine as a small compensation and a sign of goodwill.
Now that is just too kind. Now you are my kind of woman.
I'll grab one of the bottles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm grabbing a bottle of wine. I'm adding that to my inventory right now.
Cal is going to, like, hold it out in front of him and look at both of you. Like, I do not know if this is any good. I do not drink wine. Do you want these?
Well, how about you can hold on to it, or you can give it to me. We'll bust it out of camp later. How about that?
Okay, that is fine. You know, he puts it away.
When we leave, I would like to kind of scan the, like, docks and maybe do, like, a religion check or something. Commune with Ephirth to see, like, somebody who is kind of, like, not close to death in the sense that, like, they're gonna die, but, like, maybe there's, like, ill fortune or something coming their way.
Okay, yeah. I love that. Yeah, that's a good... Let's do a religion check for that.
I got an 8 plus 3 is 11, but I'm gonna use my knowledge of a past life to roll an extra d6.
So cool.
Sweet, 15.
As you're praying, kind of trying to figure out, like, someone who might have some sort of ill fate coming or is closer to death, there's this large wave that kind of crashes along the shore, along the dock, and as the seawater sprays, you see this glint around somebody, like the moon combining with, like, the seawater spray, and you feel kind of like, oh, this is him highlighting this person to me. And you see that it's Sylve over by the ship that you guys are going to.
Oh.
Okay.
Not our boy Sylve.
What?
Then, when we walk back over there, I'm going to walk up to him with this bottle of wine and hand it to him.
I know we have just met, but be careful, and you can have this.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate this. This is a kind gesture. You know, I've never met a Drauger before. So, seeing one of you it's interesting. Is it frightening?
I'm like gonna lean in and smoke, like, billows out of the eye slit of my helmet, and I go,
I have seen bad omens in your future.
and then he'll back away.
It's fucking creepy, bro. What the fuck?
He, like... he's gonna make a con check. Okay. He sort of, like, backs away from you a little bit, and he puts the wine down, and he's got, like, a short sword on his belt, and he kind of, like, holds onto the pommel of it and, like, is looking at you. Not like he's gonna draw it, he's You freak him out.
No, hey, Sylv!
I say, enjoy the wine.
Oh, why don't you hang out with us later while we're all, we can all enjoy this wine together. No need to get all... Drauger's harmless, unless you're undead.
You are not undead, are you? Because he does not like them very much.
Jacob, your friends are back.
Yes, so you said that you found an Ondavar, and that there were, you said you found the Dragon Court as well?
The Dragon Court were dead long ago. The Undervar was later.
Yeah, Mariana's tomb, everything in there was dead, though there was some sort of weird machine filling everything with smoke that would bring back the dead bodies and skeletons as zombies and undead.
Never heard it before. It's so strange.
Yeah, it was strange. It was Mariana was also in there. Her body was still animated, I think because of the smoke machine. She was chained to the bed, and once we got rid of the machine, nothing tried to come back and bite us.
Interesting. Now you say that there were no living Dragon Court people there. They were all dead?
Very, very dead. Like, undead. They're not living. And those that were undead were resurrected by the machine. Presumably. Some kind of smoke.
We were told, Vendar was told that there was gonna be cultists there. Viltrue cultists were going to be there. Probably infiltrating the tomb since it was opening. And in fact, I saw a small band of them traveling northwards. We had our people follow them. They must not have ever made it to the tomb.
Well, we ran into, on our way back to the city, to Archview, we ran into just kind of an Ondavar in the middle of the road, so I wonder if they ran into some Ondavar trouble. Which is interesting, because you think that the cult and the Ondavar wouldn't be on such bad terms, but you never know.
I do not think that they made it to the tomb. And if they did not leave any trace of themselves there. But when we encountered the carts with the wine, there was something else. Something else besides the Ondorvar attacked those carts. It is not the Ondorvar that did that. But the Ondorvar was there, and it was looking for flesh. It was looking to feast.
Yeah, it seemed more like an opportunistic motherfucker. He didn't want to do it killing himself, but he absolutely would take advantage of somebody else's hard work.
And it very well could have been some monster that attacked and killed the cult.
Regardless of whether you found any living Viltrue's cult or not, you completed your first mission, which is, to say the very least, a very big deal. And that means that you're going to be inducted into the network.
Wow, congrats, Cal!
We have a little bit of time before we have 2 other informants joining us with something we're transporting, but if you would like, we can induct you now.
It is not... I do not see why we would need to do anything else. Do I need something, or do I just say I am now part of the Vendari network?
Of course there's a ritual.
What kind of world builder do you think this DM is? Of course there's a ritual.
Of course there's a ritual. What kind of secret society do you think this is? Do you think they're just like, ooh, it takes all the mystery out of it?
Bro, Cal is straightforward as fuck. He's just like, the Goliaths are just like, you're this thing now, go with it.
Now look, you've brought 2 non-Vendari people with you.
For now.
I must ask, and this is important, would you stake your life? Would you stake your reputation on these 2? That they will not spill the secrets of the Vendari network to anyone, and they will not use this as an advantage against us. Think carefully, Cal.
I do not need to think about it. They have saved my life, and they have been great traveling companions for the time that I have known them. And they still need to do the hangout thing with me, but they are great. They are wonderful, and I vouch for them.
Well then, Aegin? Drauger? Would you both stake your lives and your reputations to say that you will not use anything you learn about this group against us, or sell any of our information to others to try and bring anybody down?
I would not do any of that. No, I just am glad to be in the know. Doing harmful shit with your knowledge is despicable.
And you have my word.
Cal, like, very seriously looks at both of you when he says that. Like, everything on his face says, like, don't fuck this up for me.
Also, Cal, we've been doing the hangout thing since the moment we met. We haven't stopped hanging out.
I am learning. I'm now learning that the hangout can last longer than I don't know. I will understand more as time goes on.
Yeah, and I don't feel like I'm doing a great job describing it. I think I'd be a little too vague.
It is okay. It is not. The terms and the phrases do not always make sense to me, but I must spend time in the city to learn, so it is fine.
Now, the two of you will be witnesses to this, as well as Sylv and Gora. And, well, it appears that our other companions are not here yet, so we have time for your ceremony. Cal, if you'll stand over here, please, next to the dock. And he kind of, like, motions for you to stand in this more, like, open area close to the ship.
He walks over.
And so that, like, black and white cloak that you've had on, Sylv and Gora take it off from you. And they bring over, Jacob brings over a new one, and it's got the patch of the Vendari network on the arm. And he places it over you, and it's got, like, a little bit more, it's got a little more, like, padding in it, like, a little more armor, and it seems like it's a lot more, like, you know, you went from having the shabby robes as the initiates, now, like, you're actually in it. You're getting the real deal.
Now, Kalgorath, repeat after me. I, Kalgorath Stoneshield,
A Kalgorath Stoneshield,
humbly declare my allegiance to the Vendari network,
humbly declare my allegiance to the Vendari network,
to the protection of all mortals,
to the protection of all mortals,
without want of recognition,
without want of recognition,
and to a lifetime of honor.
and to a lifetime of honor.
May the gods protect me.
May the gods protect me.
And he kind of, like, takes a step back, and from this small pouch on his waist, he pulls out a small pin with the network symbol, and he hands it to you, as well as, like, a silver medallion with the symbol on it, and hands it out to you, like, one in either hand.
Yeah, he clips it to, like, up by his shoulder on his tunic, and slides the I mean, is it just like a medallion, almost like a coin, basically?
Yeah, it's on, like, a little, it can be almost be worn like a necklace. It's got, like, a chain around it.
Okay, cool, okay. Then Color's put that in his back pocket.
Congratulations, Cal.
Thank you. It is very, these customs are very different than what I know, but I understand the purpose. And Cal kind of, like, turns away from everybody and, like, sets a shield down and just, like, kneels in front of it and does another prayer to Thraldor.
Right as he's getting to the end of that prayer, Aegin's gonna come over and just, like, clap him on the shoulder and be like, now would be the time where we bust that wine open. What do you say?
I would very much like that.
Yeah, buddy, let's start the official hangout right now. We're moving from casual hangout to official hangout.
Official hangout? Damn.
Go! I've been waiting for the real hangout.
This is the cream of the crop when it comes to the official hanging out.
This is the hangout I have been waiting for.
Drinking wine outside, specifically.
As you guys are sitting, drinking wine, and celebrating Kalgorath's induction, Gora and Sylv kind of come down and sit next to you guys on these, like, wooden crates, and are kind of, like, partaking with you.
Now look, we're going over to Asirith. We got a new mission that we're going on. King Ironbeard's looking for adventurers to help him out. We think if we help a king, we're gonna rank up even more. Get our names out there. You want in, Cal?
He looks at Drauger and Aegin when they ask that. Are you okay to do this?
Hell yeah, buddy.
I am with you.
Then I think it is settled. What is in Osirith for us? What does the king need?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know. What we do know, that a rune speaker from our continent, the Tower of Mages, they're being escorted here for us to take her to Asirith. They should be arriving soon. That's when we heard about Ironbeard needing our help. So we figure, kill two drakes with one arrow. We'll just do both while we're there.
So we're escorting one of them rune speakers. I heard talks about them.
Have you now?
I have, yeah. I've been trying to keep my ear to the ground, learn when I can. We're taking them to Ironbeard?
Yeah, we're taking him
His court?
to Ironbeard to himself, yeah.
What is a rune speaker?
Well, they're mages from the Tower of Mages, and they provide protection to rulers, and so there's been talks about meetings at the Tower of Mages in Zindrail to place a rune speaker in every single major court in every single country on the continent, which has its ups and downs. It's good for protection and guidance, but it's also there's no rules and checks and balances, rules and regulation whenever it comes to this Tower of Mages either. So it's kind of depending on how you see government and your role and the government's role in the life of the everyday person, it can go either way.
I see.
And to make things worse, we've received word that the town of Larian in northern Assyria was taken over by some sort of outsider. There was a violent coup. The king hasn't sent any reinforcements to reclaim the town. God knows why.
Oh shit, where's that?
It's in northern Osiris, about a day's walk away from the kingdom. They say the invaders were led by this tall individual who's wearing this stark white cape and the hood that concealed his pristine armor and helm. But then the people that were with him, they wore similar attire, just they were more grungy.
That's concerning.
It's strange, we haven't heard of coups like that, and the Ironbeard family has been in rule of Osiris since its inception, since old King Ironbeard himself founded it. So for anybody to come and try to take over his rule in even one of the smaller towns it's unheard of.
Yeah, that is a bit concerning. There's a lot of rumors that I've been hearing whispers of that have just turned out to be true.
Yeah. So it sounds like you've probably got a couple of side quests and a main quest as soon as you get to Osiris that you can start working towards and figure out what you want to do next. Once you get past the linear section of the map, you can get to the open world.
Yeah, it does really seem like we've just passed through the tutorial and now we're about to go get dropped out of the Sky Island and get down into the main map,
So if you'll join us, as soon as they come with the rune speaker, we're all going to board the ship and head out. The sooner we get to King Ironbeard, the better.
Do we know anything about this rune speaker?
Nothing. Nothing that we've been told. They went to go and escort her from the Tower of Mages to bring her here. We've heard nothing about her. Not her name, not what she looks like, nothing.
That's just asking for trouble.
Sounds like the mages are being extra secretive, which never ends well for us.
No, that's what I was just about to say. Puts me more on edge. Why do they got so many secrets? It's like they're trying to do bad shit.
Drauger passes the bottle because he can't drink.
As you guys are sitting and talking to Sylvan Gora, you see that there are these two individuals that are walking up, and behind them is somebody in a robe. They've got these rich blue robes with sort of like gold trim on it, and this hood is up that completely covers her face. I also realized I never described to you what this dock and the ship looked like, and I have a description for it, so I'll tell you what the ship looks like that you're sitting in front of.
Woohoo!
So it's called the Silver Star. It's painted along the side, and there's this large wooden bust of Mirkar with her long sword outstretched towards the sea, ornately carved into the front of the ship. And on the ship itself, you see kind of like the crew packing stuff on there, tying stuff down, basically getting you guys ready to depart soon. And you see the rune speaker with these two other Verndari network individuals, basically just like about to approach where you guys are on the dock.
Cal, this whole time that we've been in this conversation, has been like, he's managed to kind of jam his shield into the ground and onto like an edge, so he can use it as like a backrest on a chair. So he's leaning
That's so awesome.
And he just takes a big swig of the wine, and he's like, This is very good. I do very much like this. And then he sees the people come up, and he's like, "Oh, more people to join the hangout. It is great to meet all of you. Are you coming with us?"
And they come up, and you see that they're both humans, and they look very, very serious. Like, Jaco and Sylv and Gora have all kind of had this little more, like, lightness to them, but these two guys seem they're all business. And he just comes up, and the one on the left says, "Onto the ship. Now, we haven't time to waste. It was hard enough getting the rune speaker here. We have another moment. We shouldn't waste any more time just standing and talking here."
Yeah, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Aegin, and your name was?
Aegin, we have no time to talk. Get on the ship if
Yeah,
you're
and
coming.
your name was?
And he just like walks past you, and is like escorting this rune speaker up with them.
Well, we certainly know how to inspire loyalty in the Vendari network.
Well, it does not look like he wanted to hang out. And
No, I'd say he was actually being rather rude.
Come, calm, everyone, calm. We've had a little much to drink tonight, and let's
except
just-
you can't get drunk.
No, I think that we can still get business done and still be polite to each other.
Thank
There's
you.
a difference between being direct and being mean, and he was just being mean.
Okay. Let us just go.
You're right. Causing trouble in your first night. Come on, Aegin.
Okay, fine. And he grabs shield and falls in line behind him.
Just
and gets
imagine
on-
that the two of us just look like kicked puppies. Like,
Yeah. Like, I guess I'll stop hanging out.
It's like, oh, I don't want the party to be over.
Party, hey, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Let's move this bad boy to the ship. Am I right?
Let's get on the ship.
You guys board the ship behind the other Vendari network members as well as this rune speaker. And soon the Silver Star raises her anchor and begins to set sail in just the first rays of the new day's sun. A warm breeze that smells of sea spray hangs in the air as you depart the port of Archview. And sure enough, as you gaze across the water to the northeast, you see this massive, beautiful archway in the water. The entrance to the home of the gods.
Drauger doesn't particularly like the arch very much.
I think Aegin is staring at the arch with like a deep sense of grief and yearning, but is like playing it cool.
Kalgorath's attention is definitely divided between the archway and finishing the wine.
Oh yeah, it's definitely one of those. It's like
He like looks at
it's
it,
definitely one of those
glances at it,
moments.
and he's like,
Exactly.
I love how it's like we're the three, the two types of people at a party. The person that's trying to continue to party, the person that gets caught up in their feels at the party.
Yeah.
Your heart swells as the boat picks up speed, and you begin your journey towards Asirith, and onto a new adventure. Thank you everybody for joining us for episode 2, Come Sail Away. I'm Matthew, and I have been the Dungeon Master.
I'm Jordan, and I'm having a great time.
I'm Nathan. I played Kalgorath Stone Shield, and he likes spiced wine and figured out what hanging out is. Character development, second episode.
I'm Noah. I play
Drauger, and watch out for those ill omens.
And make sure to come back and join us for Chapter 3, Ocean Man. And I'll give you a total of one guess as to why you think it's called Archview.
Because it can view the arch.
We got a freaking win over here! You guys are in Missouri.
Oh my
You
god!
guys see the St. Louis Arch.
Would it- Oh my god, it's St. Louis Arch.
Wow.
I can see Missouri
So-
from here.
Damn, it's just Midwest for miles.
God, this is boring to look at.
It can't really can't
There's
be.
no way Percy Jackson jumped out of that into the water. That's too far away.